That was a face.
How are we doing, guys? Strongman Sunday for another week, and I hope you guys have had an awesome week as always. I just got back from arm wrestling.
Yes, he has.
As is customary for Sunday when I'm at home. Yes. Been good. We had Tom Holland down, which was very nice.
Very nice. Yes.
How are you, Auntie Liz?
Oh, you know me, dear. I'm fine. Absolutely fine.
Yes.
Excited for Thursday.
Iceland. Cannot wait to go to Iceland. We are off to the Magnusfjord Magazine Classic this week, which is going to be really, really cool. Yeah. 15 athletes.
Yeah,
9 events.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a big show over 3 days. It's going to be a long one, and I don't know that we're going to be able to do Strongman Sunday next week. We may have to push it to the Monday evening, just because I think on the Sunday we're going to some like hot spring type things. You know?
Yes, there's a lot planned, and there's a lot of events.
Dipping.
I mean, we've got 9 events over 3 days.
I know.
So there's a lot going to be going on.
Yeah. Anyway,
yes. Thank you guys for joining us.
Okay, so we started 2 days ago, bless you, Nicholas with the super chat, thank you very much. And he was pointing out a reel from Marcus Crowder. I just wanted to start today's live with some positivity for no reason whatsoever. So really nice. I did click the link and it took us to Marcus Crowder's most recent
in
post.
The gym, which is awesome. Great to see
really
he's
nice
back in the gym. That's really good.
For those that didn't know, Marcus had, as he describes it in that post, a career-ending injury leading up to the Deadlift World Championships, actually. I think he was, I know he was live streaming one of his last deadlift sessions, and I think he was going for a PB, and he had a really, really nasty injury then. So obviously couldn't compete, has decided to retire. But it was a really positive message about how he's been supported by brands like SBD ever since. So that was really nice to see.
Absolutely.
And Cousin Fred got in really early, gifting the memberships as well.
Thank you, Fred. I hope you're doing well, buddy.
And then he told me, and I commented that I should be in the gym and not here.
Maybe you were in the gym.
Maybe I was, Fred.
These magical phones these days, we can be in all sorts of places and still get stuff done.
We had Ivan, who's a new member. Thank you very much for joining us. So these
gym member as well. Trains at Pro.
Pardon?
Trains at Pro Strength.
Who, me?
No, Ivan.
Oh, Ivan. Oh, right. I was going to say.
Ewan. I think it's Ewan, actually.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Is Loz ready for the favourite? Is come back with the favourite event, the duck walk?
I saw. Did you see the events for Britons?
You told me them.
Yes.
It's a deadlift ladder.
Deadlift ladder, yeah. But one of the events has a duck walk in it. It's not the only event.
No, it's like a yoke into duck walk.
I think it's farmers.
Farmers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I did that event. I think we did it the other way around at Britain's. One of the years I was competing.
My mum's calling.
And she'll have to wait.
She's calling from Vietnam, but yeah.
She can wait. I ended up, the duck walk cost me.
Yes, it did. Did you fall over?
Yes. Yeah. But we don't want to talk about that.
We don't want to talk about that, no. There are lots of comments about duck walk though. So these ones I'm reading, I'm not sure if how old they are, if they're from today.
We're into today now.
Okay, we're into today. So, I mean, there's loads and loads and loads of comments, obviously, about the news that came out this week. And to be honest, guys, it's been a really rough week to be involved in the sport because I've been following everything quite closely on Reddit and stuff like that. And I think, obviously, everything that's come out is ridiculously sad. And I've spoken to Cushy, and that just made me even sadder. But I think the expectation from some of the fans has been like pretty difficult to navigate as well, because you've got people that don't want you to talk about it at all. It's private. It's none of anyone else's business. Stay quiet. And then people, no, you must talk about it. It's your responsibility. You have to do this, this, and this. So you can't win already. And it's not even anything to do with us. And we already can't win. So it is tricky. And then what's also been tough is seeing other people bought into it who aren't involved.
People getting accused of stuff that have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, like, oh, I wonder if this person's a fraud, and all this speculation about people. And, you know,
I had someone message me and it was, it wasn't such and such. Like, I was like, no, where did you hear that from?
No,
like, some things get twisted very, very.
And like, you know, I've heard rumors about me before that are ridiculous. Like, Colin Bryce trying it on with me at competitions and all sorts of things. So don't listen to everything you hear when people suddenly jump on a situation would be one thing. But I mean, I made a brand new Reddit account this week to defend you.
Did you? Why did I need defending?
No, it was something, someone said that Luke Richardson's story must have been aimed at you.
Okay.
Because you must have known what was going on. And I was like, hold the phone. No. And also, you and Luke, right at that moment when that comment was posted, you were chatting about the fight with Mike Tyson. So I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not aimed at Loz, but there we go.
It's different, isn't it? Like,
it is.
People will assume certain situations, like,
yeah,
well, you and me don't go out for drinks and stuff with athletes at comps and stuff. So like, we're so old. Liz is editing. I'm asleep or retired.
We usually go out for a meal.
Oh, we go out for a meal. Yes, yeah. Like at the Rogue last week, we went for a meal with Mitch and then went home. Yeah.
And
it was exciting as it got.
I know. Oh, it was quite exciting. He was applauded on our way in.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what we've got.
Bit, Elizabeth has joined us. Let's see who else is here. Tober. It's hard because it's clearly people having conversations between themselves.
Yeah. I did see, where is it? Did we see Paddy's, Jane Ray did a super chat. Did we see Paddy's lift of 250 kilo Atlas stone, which was insane? Did you see that? So Paddy
I didn't.
He did a 250 kilo stone and he made it look easy, to be fair. It was very, very impressive.
I might have seen it actually. I did see him post. Has he posted more than one stone video this week? I saw something.
It's this weekend. So.
Oh no, I haven't seen it then.
Also, Rain O'Neill won Africa's Strongest Man today. That's 3 competitions in a row. I think he's won.
Yeah, he's absolutely killing it, isn't he?
Yeah, looking forward to seeing more of him next year.
Next month.
Well, if he does it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's 100% doing it yet, but hopefully he will.
I saw a comment from someone saying he had. Oh, it was. What's his name? Nico. You know, deadlifter, American. We spent some time with him at Clash. What's his name?
Nico.
Nico? Is it Nico? Someone help me. You know.
The Greek Goliath.
Yes, the Greek Goliath. Who thought Reno was injured, had injured his bicep.
Oh, okay. No, he certainly doesn't look injured.
Well, no, that's what I'm thinking now. Where are we? Rogue was excellent. The way they used the medley events is Andrew.
Rogue was really good last weekend. If you joined us last weekend, we had Mitch actually for the live, and we spoke a lot about the Rogue Invitational. And I think what's cool about Rogue is it's like defying itself as a separate comp from others. So a bit like, I often use the analogy of like tennis Grand Slams, like you've got like Wimbledon on grass, French Open is on clay, hard courts, and people can specialize in different ones, and the great athletes can win them all. And Mitch winning that show, he's just been so dominant this year. Doesn't matter what you throw at him. I think he looked and he was like 48 times top 3 in events this year.
Oh, Martin, dreading this. Hope the chat stays respectful to Liz and Loz. Bless you. Don't worry, Martin, we're pretty thick-skinned, it's fine.
Yeah.
Evening, my first time being on live too. Glad you could join us, Simon.
Thank you, Simon, for joining us.
Pat the judge has his popcorn out. Monica is in the chat. Rarely misses one.
Monica, how you doing? We will see you next week.
Liz done good at her first ever dumbbell press.
Yeah, you got the medley, the members video out.
Yes, I did. Yeah, we did a little training session
around,
together. Loz actually let me mess around and didn't make me train hard. It was great.
We were tired.
What a rare treat. Yeah, we were tired. Oh, look who's in the chat. Claire Myler. Good evening, all.
Hey, Claire, hope you're well.
Had a lovely weekend.
There was other comps going on this weekend, I think.
In America, it's America's Strongest Woman Under 64. And
men's under 80s and masters.
Yeah, it's I'm not sure the actual name of it, but is that A for X? Holly, come. Holly, stop it. Right, hold on. I just need to grab a treat for the dog. Come here. Holly, come.
The dog is too big to show you now. She's massive, but she still thinks that she's a lap dog. But yeah, we will get around to that in a second. Evening all. Bath Salts Zwifter. Hey, some awesome names in the chat.
Dear me.
People talking about what Eddie could have pulled. Evening, Liz and Loz. There's Laura. Dalton's in the chat.
Gosh, she's coming back. The Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon.
I think we are going there at some point. I'm not sure if that's where we're going on Sunday, though. I think we're going somewhere else.
Loz, are you going to have a crack at the Husafell stone?
I don't think you should.
Probably not, to be honest. Well, no, I'm there to do a job. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to have time to sort of mess around either. So I probably won't have a crack at it this trip, but maybe next time if we get a chance to go back.
Remember to pack some warm clothes and good gloves. It's getting cold in Iceland.
It's getting cold here.
Yeah, it's really cold here right now.
Fab work for the weight loss, Liz. Looking fabulous as always.
Thank you. Can we address the elephant in the room to get it over with for the nosy people, please? Oh, man. Well, we've touched upon it. Like, it has been a rough week in the world of strongman. Obviously, it's always sad when a family is clearly having issues. It's sad to see people you care about getting hurt.
Yeah, when children are involved as well, it's always
it makes
awful.
It twice as bad. Yeah, of course.
Like people have relationship issues all the time. I think I've seen comments saying, "Oh, is this a big thing in strongman?" It's not a strongman thing. It's a human thing. Yeah, people always, and no one's perfect, so we've got to understand that side of things.
However,
we don't know every single detail, but from things that have kind of played out, I personally support Cushy.
Yeah, I support Cushy too. Like I messaged her because when I saw her status, like I've known Cushy for 8-9 years, something like that. We're not like best friends or anything, but we get on well. All of the strongman wives do, because being a strongman wife is
hard at times.
Yeah, and it's quite a unique. Strongmen are unique. So I reached out to her. I knew for her to have posted something like that, she was in a really, really bad place.
She had to be a rock bottom to post that.
Yeah, definitely. And she called me the next day, and yeah, she kind of poured her heart out, and it was really sad. And yeah, our thoughts are with her. I think no matter anyone's opinion on it, like you have to remember that at the center of this is a woman who feels like she's lost everything and has had her heart broken, and a child who's not even 12 months old yet, and already he's not living in that same family unit that he was born into. So I just hope that it can be sorted amicably, and yeah, they can all find a way to move forward, because obviously it's always sad when a family breaks down like that.
Do you know what this week was?
What was it?
A really bad week for me to have a detox and give up caffeine.
Yes, caffeine.
Water.
Yes, I know. So he's been dealing with the caffeine headaches on top of it.
Yeah, very, very sad situation. I hope everyone involved can get help that they need and get themselves on track. But it's just, when you think of how many people are affected, it's very sad.
Just watch Luke Littler win the darts in the same fashion that Hooper wins strongman.
Luke Littler is a machine. He's awesome.
Shane Flowers for the win at the Magnus Ver Magnusson Classic.
Could definitely take it. He's looking good in training.
Yeah, we filmed a little video about that today, didn't we? So that will be out on, I think, Tuesday. Yeah, it's a hard one to call. Like, there's some really good names there this year. Obviously, we've got the return of Mateusz Kieliszkowski. Shane Flowers, this is his returning competition as well after injury early this year. We have the previous two winners in Tristan Hoth and Rongo Keane. We have World Strongest Man finalists from this year, Wesley Dewinski, Evans Nana, who's been doing great at Strongman Champions League. Ivers is doing it for the first time, and a bunch of other really good guys as well. So it should be very, very exciting. Yeah. You said 9 events. He's a sadist, that Maggie, isn't he?
Well, it's going to be cool, I think.
Yeah. Hi guys, big question. Would Loz or Liz ever enter the jungle and I'm a celebrity? Get me out of here.
I think I'd die if I was on there with like starvation.
With how little they eat. I couldn't, because I couldn't find myself in a situation where I'd have to put bugs or
so I think I'd cope with that side of
kangaroo balls in my
kangaroo
mouth.
Penis.
They do though, don't they? And they eat eyeballs and stuff. Oh, I can't even watch it. I won't watch stuff like that, let alone partake. No, absolutely not. Couldn't pay me enough.
Jane's
there you go. Thank you for the super chat, Jane. I do try and keep up together, but it's a busy one. Nearly 1,000 people with us. So if you could like the video, it goes a long way. Thank you very much.
And if you're not already, subscribe.
Yes. Monica, for all watching, I promise Liz tries Icelandic snacks is already being planned.
Awesome. We got to get this on video.
I will gag.
You've already been arranging like to do a number of different sort of short videos with some of the guys.
Yeah, I have.
I think Monica doing a Liz trying Icelandic snacks is definitely something.
Didn't he say they eat sheep's testicles?
Well,
I'm not eating it. I'm not doing it. No. And whales and stuff.
What if we get to a certain amount of subscribers?
No.
I think so.
Like maybe 1 million. I'll eat a celebratory whale.
We're a little bit away from that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Sarah wants you to know that your beard looks good.
Thank you very much. It's booked in to be done on Wednesday, so it'll hopefully be looking better then.
I appreciated your kind comment on Instagram, Liz.
You said something kind?
Bitch. I'm very kind.
You're nice.
I'm nice. You're horrible. Yeah, it's a nice message there from Lou. Yeah. And I think the sad thing as well, this is going to create other divides amongst athletes in the sport. I've already seen like people almost picking sides. And that's sad. Like it's already broken down some friendships and stuff, hasn't it? Like Shane Flowers did a post, him and Luke were getting on really well. And it's
sad. I mean,
it's a shame.
I feel bad because I've said a lot of nice things about Luke recently. I've had personal chats with him because I've suffered with mental health before. I've gone through getting counselling. There's certain things you talk to someone about and they open it up, and then you get disappointed by things that they go and do. I don't know what's going through his head personally. I hope he's okay. I genuinely do. I hope he's okay. I hope he sorts himself out. But in this situation, he's fucked up.
Yeah,
he's done something he shouldn't have done multiple times by the sound of things, and he either needs to get himself fixed and get himself in a good place. The fact I've seen people saying he shouldn't be invited to competitions and stuff. I think that's ridiculous. If we look at any other aspect of life, if someone does something, it doesn't mean you're still not going to. Footballers will do things. It doesn't mean they're not going to play for their team, or you're not going to go to work or stuff like that. But he's going to have to work hard to build up that respect. I think that he's sort of built over the years. He's certainly lost that with a lot of people at this point. It's going to take time, and the most important thing at the moment is that
sort the family situation out. Yeah, definitely.
It's all the extended family as well. Like it's always shitty.
Well, especially when you consider it's their family is part of the brand. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the worst things I think. Isn't it?
Don't you eat on this live stream, Loz? He got his snacks out at 1 minute too. I was like, nah, no. Oh dear, where are we? Will you be at the Arnold's? If so, can we all get together for a meet and greet with Uncle and Auntie?
Yes,
we'll be at the Arnold's.
Whatever kind of capacity, we're 100% going to go. There may be a chance that I'm working there. There's potentially 2 options to work there.
But if you're not
even
on the
just
Strongman show.
I'd be happy to go just as coach again. And
we had a lot of fun going this year without you working, didn't we?
It was nice to just go and have fun and support the athletes. Yeah,
free time as well, and you didn't have to stick to a schedule or anything. It was really nice. Yeah.
What did Rick say? Yeah, we missed you too at the party at Hilton. Later at
the local pub.
So we're in bed by then, man.
I think, to be honest, I can be around people that then I just have to go away.
I think last year, out of all the comps we went to, I think we went to the hotel bar once.
Maybe.
We're not the
For me, it would be about half an hour.
We're not the biggest party.
Well, we don't drink either. So, really don't do much at all. Can you do a shout out for Harry Rogers for getting the under 90 kilo world dumbbell record?
What did he hit?
Yeah, what did he hit, Claire? Let us know. And we will. Clint, thank you for the super chat. Can't stay, but wanted to say thanks as always, guys. And you need to plan a trip to Cyprus. I know a guy with some good training.
We would love to come to Cyprus, buddy.
Yes, I've never been to Cyprus.
If you take the thing away, you can see Holly.
Oh, hold on.
She's jumped up.
There she is.
Hello, everyone.
No, what a soppy dog. Because you got those snacks out.
Yeah.
She can't have chocolate. It's dark chocolate.
It's 4 squares.
4 squares of dark
It's my
chocolate.
literal only kind of pleasure that I get today, other than you and Holly, of course.
And your children.
Well, of course.
Wait.
They definitely are number 1 to me. There's no question about them.
Yeah.
I want to make that clear to everyone.
I managed a picture of Liz, but missed you, Loz. Hey, look at me being
I was
available
much harder to get hold of because I was like up in the rafters.
Yeah, and then
down.
You didn't get a lot of free time, did you? It's quite a big job, and
Yes, I was working quite a lot last weekend.
Dog has been very naughty tonight. She's stop. I don't have anything. Dear me. What is the speed of dark? House metal drummer. I see. Oh, I hadn't seen that Rebecca Roberts has joined Team Loz. That's great news.
Absolutely honoured to have Rebecca on Team Loz. She's we've been working for this week. It's obviously we had a few chats last weekend.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to work with Rebecca. I think she has so much potential.
Yeah.
She's already a great athlete, but there's still lots of areas she can be better in as well. And we've not got a lot of time between now and OSG, so literally we're just sharpening up on events. There's no time to really make any progress in that kind of time. Anyone that tells you they can improve an athlete in 3 weeks is lie. There's just not enough time to do anything substantial with, just other than technically prepare and make sure she comes in fresh for that. But afterwards, she will be putting some hard work in. She's probably not going to enjoy it for the first few months, but I think there's a lot we can do to really make her step up her level next year. So very excited to have Rebecca on the team.
Get off of me.
I chatted with Andrea this weekend, with Bobby, with Mitch. There's been lots of stuff going on. Get down. Sit. Good girl.
Maybe she just wants to be with me. Scale of 1 to 10. How amazing is your YMCA dance? Asked El Prez Cat.
Mine or yours?
Obviously yours.
When I'm drunk, which is very rare, as you've just heard, it's probably awesome in my head.
In your head.
In reality, probably awful.
Yeah, someone's getting their eye poked out. The Arnold's is much easier to meet athletes than World's Strongest Man. Arnold's is good for meeting athletes. You'll often find at some point they'll be wandering around, or they might be on a stand as well with a sponsor.
Yes.
Oh, Holly.
Holly, down.
Oh.
Holly, come.
Between Loz and Shane German / Reese, who is going to have more athletes at Worlds in 2025? We don't know yet, because obviously invitations haven't started going out yet. But and we're also, there's been those rumors about maybe a slightly reduced lineup, so we don't know what that's going to look like yet. Loz, how many is the most athletes you've had at Worlds? 4. Yeah, so 4 is the most he's had so far. How long have you guys had Holly now? Remember when she was a new puppy? So she came to live with us in March, didn't she?
Yes. This year's gone fast, hasn't it?
It's gone really fast. Rebecca was not her best at Rogue. What's the first thing Coach Loz wants to tackle with her? So say after OSG.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that we want to work on in terms of, I want to get her a bit fitter. I want to try and put a little bit of muscle onto her upper back and shoulders. Technical work, specifically on deadlift and log. They're 2 areas that need a fair bit of work, but yeah, that'll be the first thing.
Can we maybe get some Toffee King on the live next week? Yes, if I can make it happen, I will. I'm going to harass Matteo. We're friends. I can get away with it. It's going to be fine.
You are very good friends.
Yeah. We talk all the time now. It's great. He's a really funny guy. I love Matteo. He's great.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. He's a bit shy, but yeah.
Liz, what's your PB squat, bench, and deadlift? You're not really maxing out at the moment, so it's hard to tell.
It's like 90 kilo squat, 120 deadlift, absolutely nothing on the bench. I don't bench.
You haven't benched, have you?
No, I don't bench, no.
Probably closing in on 50 kilos on a push press right now.
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
Liz focuses a lot more on overhead work than bench pressing.
Yeah. Will Liz do the Husafel? Absolutely not.
Sit.
Where are we? Hello, Nick. It's probably Nick. I don't think Austin's even allowed to log in. How did you feel about the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight?
Oh, man. I'm glad I didn't stay up to watch it. I watched it this morning.
No, yesterday morning.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
yesterday.
It was yesterday,
Jesus, this weekend's gone fast.
Yeah. That was boring, man.
I guess I think our hearts were leading us on that one. I don't know what we expected from a guy that's nearly 60, but he's probably
it's like watching him in slow-mo, maybe, wasn't it? Like, just he's a 50-year-old man. He's been through a lot. Yeah.
I think we all wanted a lot more than what was delivered.
Yeah. Christian Nilsson is in the chat now. Him and I have an excellent reel plan for next week in Iceland. I'm very excited
forward to seeing that
with him. Yes. I sent him the idea. I was like, can we do this? And he was like, oh, he was as excited as me. So
Good
look
stuff.
out for that one. Where are we? Who was Mitch referring to when he said he didn't get along with someone behind the scenes? Was it Luke or somebody else? It wasn't Luke. It was somebody else. He got on well with Luke. Claire, really want to go and watch the Magnus Classic, but it's a bit too close to OSG this year. It was brilliant last year. Did you go and watch it last year in person, Claire? That would be pretty epic. Scott, thank you for the super chat. Those shoulders are looking strong. Liz, good on you. Usually it's Loz flexing in frame.
I know, I'm like just covered up here. Well, my shirt's flexing, but
well, I thought if the chat could get
see the biceps.
No, I'm not doing that. But I thought if the chat got too uncomfortable, I could distract.
Oh dear.
Oh God. Desperate times, people.
Did you say you saw a comment saying, like, you know, just asking all these questions about different strongmen?
Yeah, there's been loads of discussion. Yeah, bringing people's credibility into question. I'm like, oh my God, this is unfair. Like one person, and then suddenly everyone's being tarred with the same brush. Like one woman was commenting on Cushy's post saying, oh yeah, I went out with a heavyweight strongman and the same thing happened to me. They're all the same. And it's like, I'm like, come on, you know, it's not fair, but there we go. Anthony with the members comment. Any comments on Brian's mock supermarket?
Yeah, we've got a video about that going up this week. Thought we did very, very well. I think Brian is looking really good. Very typical first time match where the first round he just kind of was left sleeping. But Brian's looking really good. I think Eddie's in trouble. Genuinely, I think if I was to compete against both of them, I think right now I'd be Eddie and Brian would be a challenge. Brian would be very, very difficult. His progress is very quick and his just frame and size is so awkward to do much against unless you're a really good arm wrestler.
I think a sport like arm wrestling suits Brian and his way of thinking and his sort of
and his strengths,
tenacity,
his natural type of strengths. Because like Eddie was
is.
Such a strong man. There's no question about it. His pressing, his leg strength, his back strength, all of those things were phenomenal. But Brian's leverage and thickness in his hands and the length of his arm, you know, just he's got so many massive advantages and he takes it seriously. And the sort of technical side of arm wrestling suits someone like Brian.
Julia saying, Loz, I'll drink a Diet Coke for you.
Thank you, Julia.
Is that what you've missed the most this week? Your
no,
Diet
coffee.
Coke? Coffee. Yeah, I couldn't.
Or pre-workout as well.
Oh God, yeah.
But you know what? Like I actually feel right at this point. The first few days were a bit rough.
Yeah, when it's all leaving your system, it's horrible.
Seen a few things about this today. What are your thoughts on Mitch running 1K a day for 30 days? I have no problem with it at all. We spoke about it as soon as he decided he was going to do it. And 1K is really not as far as people think. It's 1,000 meters.
Yeah,
if you really cannot run 1,000 meters, even as a strongman, that is a bad thing.
A lot of people can't run 1,000 meters. I bet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 times around a running track.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like sprint it, just go and do it. It's not that hard. Okay. It's really not. One kilometer is not so hard to do. If you can't run 1 kilometer as a strongman, you should probably really work on your conditioning.
Shall I see if I can run a kilometer?
You can run a kilometer very easily.
I just don't. Really I choose not. I don't need
to. We walk way more than that every day.
Yeah, no, I know we do. I know, of course.
So, and I think walking is actually a great general bit of cardio for anyone, but particularly for strong men as well, because it's so low impact and you know, it's not going to affect your gains and stuff like that. Mitch doing 1 kilometer is not affecting his strength in the slightest. I saw someone saying, oh, do you not program his training? I haven't programmed his 1 kilometer, but I do program his training.
Yeah, they were like, are you more of a consultant rather than
I'm very much Mitch's coach.
Yeah.
We do discuss things occasionally. He comes up with some ideas that he wants to try, particularly for his content on YouTube. He wants to, you know, if I was to say, no, you can't do that, you've got to focus on training, that's the wrong approach with Mitch. There's just no point in being like that. He's got such a big vision of what he wants to do. And he also has a tremendous ability to recover. He came and trained with me and my training partners 2 days after the RAW Invitational.
Yeah.
We did shoulders in the gym together. So I've just sent him his next block of training for the next month. We had a quick chat about it. And yes, I very much program for Mitch and coach him and help him with any area that I can.
Thank you, Benjamin, for the super chat. Some have called Mitch Hooper a goat. As a Canadian, he makes me proud to be considered a goat. Shouldn't there be some longevity of dominance? Yeah, we agree. Mitch is like easily one of the best we've seen do this sport, but Zydrunas is the GOAT, and it's not even a question in my mind.
Yeah, Zydrunas is number one, Brian's number two in our mind. If I know some people might put Brian number one, but those guys, their longevity, the amount of titles that they won, you know, you can't match it. I'd put guys like Marius Pujanovsky up there, Jean-Paul Sigmarsson, Magnus Ver Magnusson, Kaz. There's others as well, but Mitch is certainly one of the best to ever do it, and the last couple of years have proved that. It's
really hard to compare athletes because everyone's career is so unique to them. Like some might approach things a different way, competing all the time. Some few and little. Some will go for years and years. Some much shorter. So it is hard to do a direct comparison. But
it's a good question.
Which is obviously very good. Who wins an arm wrestling match with Uncle Loz?
If you guys watch Lalas, he's a no-nonsense guy, tells it as it is. Sometimes he gets things wrong because he's not always as up-to-date on strongman, but he's a straight-shooting guy. I like Vititus. And I'm going to be straight-shooting with this. If I was to pull Vititus Lalas, he would kick my ass still. He is a very good arm wrestler, and there is levels to this stuff. And, yeah, he is above my level still.
Liz needs to eat that fish thing. We've got to get Liz trying the fermented shark. Sounds disgusting. What's this from Marcus? Thank you for the super chat. Do you guys think Tom should distance himself from Luke? I'm afraid that his future in strongman, etc., depends a little on what he will do. Say, it's very hard to ask a brother to distance himself from another brother. They're not just business partners; they are family first and foremost. Maybe the whole sort of branding around family and all of that side of it needs to be looked at. I don't know, and I wouldn't assume to tell Tom what he should or shouldn't do.
Tom's good. Look, Tom is
he's his own person, isn't he?
Yeah, you can't blame Tom for something a family member does.
No, of course.
Tom is his own person.
He's not guilty by association.
Honestly, Tom doesn't need Luke. Like, Tom is one of the best strongmen in the world.
Yeah.
Tom is the 3-time world's strongest man. I think Luke needs Tom more than Tom needs Luke. However, you know, I think as long as people learn from mistakes and put them right, people are quite good at forgiving, I think. And that's probably what we've got to wait and see. Is do people kind of change? Everyone can change. But Tom just needs to focus on himself, I think, right now. He's, you know, he's had a year where people have criticized him in terms of his ability, which is crazy when you look at the year he had, because I think myself included and any strongman other than maybe Mitch Hooper would love the year that Tom's had. Of
course.
Was he third at the Arnolds, won Britain's strongest man, won world's strongest man. End of last year, he won the World Tour finals. Just came second at Rogue. Really not a bad year. No, I think any strongman out there would have been like, yes, I'd love that year if you set
up. A slight rough patch in the middle of a back injury, but that's the nature of the beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Monica reassuring me there will be no fermented things or any testicles of any kind being eaten. I wouldn't do that to you. Thank you, Monica.
Monica is looking out for you.
Good. Someone has to. Dalton, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on pro-am style comps? Seems like they used to be more common. With the state of top level amateurs, it'd be pretty interesting.
Pro-am style comps, it's not really a thing in the UK.
I was going to say, please know what that means, because I don't.
Pro and amateur.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't really have the pro system in the UK.
No, we don't have pro cards here.
It's, you know, and there's some great top level strongmen. Like Jerry Pritchett was never a pro. He just went a different route. In America, I know they have the pro system, but there's some great amateurs as well. What was it? They used to be more common. I mean, in the UK, it probably is a bit more mixed because you have that ability to put lesser known athletes into a comp. But yeah, if you're good enough, in my opinion, it's more about just being good enough.
Yeah, something like
because pros can get worse. You could say I'm a pro strongman, but my level's dropped a lot.
Yeah, so. Of course. But something like the Chaos Classic might be a good example of that. We've got people that have been to World's Strongest Man, and then people upcoming and everything as well, seeing that mix.
Liz, your dumbbell bench in the Wii gym was fab.
Oh, you're sweet, Lauren. I don't know about fab though. Very generous. Where are we? Reckon Paddy could beat out top guys for a max stone? His 250 was impressive.
No, I don't. I think like guys like...
Well, he beat some, wouldn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, he beat some, but I think like the Thors...
or Tom.
Yeah. Even, you look at it's one thing doing it as a one-off. Doing it in a comp is different. When he went against Tom on the stones, he got beat.
Yeah.
Paddy is fantastic at stones, but until he's beating him in competition, you can't really say, he's going to beat those guys. But trust me, like the 250 was awesome. He came and lifted our 200 kilo stone a few weeks back, which was fantastic. Paddy is on the rise, and I'm always super impressed with Paddy.
Simon, thank you for the super chat. Although Mitch won Rogue by a number of points, it felt a lot closer with so many different winners of events and very exciting for the fans.
I agree. I thought it was a great competition, and I was super impressed with Thomas Evans.
Yeah, what a shame with that
bicep injury, but he was looking really good.
He looked great, yeah. And he still won an event after. No, he didn't win an event. Sorry.
Yeah.
He came third or fourth.
No, he won the event. He won the Farmers Interlock.
He did, but after he did his bicep
well
on the stones, he did really well.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. I think he came third behind Mitch and Evan. Yeah. Holly be like, I shall stop these people talking. It's not so bad on a live because we can explain and apologize. But when we're sat with the camera set up and she decides it's playtime and starts knocking things around, it's a nightmare. You put her in a different room and she.
The funny thing is, she's calmed down so much, but
something about the camera excites her.
Yeah.
Where are we? Carl, thank you for becoming a member. Do you think if Trey competed at Rogue, he would have pushed Mitch or changed the first place result?
I don't think he would have changed the first place result, but I certainly think Trey could have, been in the mix.
Yeah,
you got to remember Mitch competed against Trey in 2 comps previous to this, and he beat him both times.
Yeah.
So I don't think it affects too much. And Trey has weaknesses, like the farmers are an issue for him.
Yeah.
But there's certainly events he could have been very good at. I think the fitter type events probably not so good, like the arm over arm. He tends to be the best at.
He would have done well on the Inverstones, obviously the deadlift. I think he would have still done well on the farmers interlock because it's the log that slows people down usually.
I agree. It's only a short distance on the farmers.
And it's not like the heaviest farmers either, is it? And we saw, was it Giants Live? He was fine with the farmers there.
But I don't think
Trey would have done well.
I don't think he would have beaten Mitch, but I think Trey would do well.
Yeah, definitely. I think he would have done really well on that overhead medley at the end as well.
Yeah.
And Claire Myler came back. So the under 90 kilo athlete doing 117.7 kilos. Very nice. How hard is it to commentate on shows when you have athletes competing?
I can't believe, sorry to interrupt, I can't believe how many people are like, oh, did you know about Mitch doing 1K a day? I'm amazed at how many of you think 1K is that hard.
Or that you don't communicate with your athletes.
He was staying at our house. He's like, I just got to go do my 1K.
Yeah, he was like, Liz, help me route out 1K.
This wasn't this time. This was the last time.
Yeah, it was. It was. How hard is it to commentate on shows when you already have athletes competing?
It's difficult at times, especially if things go wrong. Like, there's personal situations Bobby Thompson's been going through that I don't talk about when I'm on camera because it's not my place to. You've just got to kind of call things as you see them, and I try to do my best job of that. But obviously, when you know athletes really, really well, like I do with Bobby and Andrea and Mitch, it's difficult. And there's certain situations where the other commentator made some mistakes regarding things. I couldn't sit there and let Sean talk about Mitch's son, knowing that it's not her boy.
Especially if you don't correct him the first time and he keeps
I don't like to always correct people when they get it. Because sometimes, and commentating is hard. You've got a headset on with a producer in your ear at times kind of talking to you, and you're in the trail of thought. And then suddenly it's kind of totally thrown what you're trying to say. And sometimes Sean is such a good professional. He's one of the best people I've ever worked with. But everyone makes mistakes. I think I called Sam Mel at one point, just when there was 5 of them, and they both got the headband on, so it's hard to see.
Even though Sam dyed her hair pink.
I know, but from the high camera, that distance you can't see. You can see the hair color, and you're trying to call it. There's 5 people at the same time. Everything's going on.
It's a lot,
It's a lot, and mistakes happen. I've made mistakes many times when I'm on the, doing commentary. Other people do as well. But yeah, there's just certain situations where I can't sit there knowing, things that strongly and his family are watching. I'm just, and he's correction. He actually thanked me afterwards. So it's, all good.
Nice meeting you at RAW, Big Loz. Thanks for the photo.
You're very welcome.
Chisel and Tone. Oh, I thought there was one. Oh, is that Boris? Your traps are massive.
Mine or yours?
Yours.
Ah, okay.
Definitely yours. Becca's amazing. Always love watching Andrea too.
Thank you. Andrea was like, she trained really hard for RAW Invitational. She started off so well. And I thought, like, she's going to do well. And one bad event kind of got into her head a little bit because she should have done a bit better on the last 2 events. But she picked up a little bit of an injury. And she's one of the older girls in the comp as well. It gets hard to recover. But she's still motivated and she enjoyed it. So that's important to me, that she's enjoying it. And, we had a chat the other day. She's going to have a few weeks of taking it easy. And she's motivated to work hard again. So, yeah.
Paris, I believe we've met at Rogue. What's Hooper's role in this? He was commentating. Is he just No, he was one of the people that was brought into it. A lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people were saying, oh, what if the lift heavy be kind is all a cover and he's been doing this, this and this, which obviously isn't nice.
I think he just wanted to defend himself.
Yeah, I think so. And nip that in the bud. I think Rebecca Roberts joining Loz is equivalent of I'm Bibby being coached by Loz. Yeah. So she's got so much potential, isn't she? Hasn't she? She's already won worlds twice. So it's not just potential.
The goal for Rebecca, she's got some big goals. She wants to win the Arnolds. She wants to win worlds multiple times. Yeah, she wants to be one of the best female strongmen of all time, strong women of all time. So, she's got work to do. And the exciting thing with the women's right now is it's so open. Different women winning every show right now. Yeah.
Rebecca and Angelica messing with the ice tub was hilarious. That's the end of our day 2 video. Do you know what? I ended up cutting quite a bit. Some of the things I was saying, I know. Like,
were you abusive to them?
Yeah. Well,
that's just Liz's with her friends.
But I was going to say, my friends know that, and it's very back and forth. But I realise when you're just hearing me say some of these things, you might think, "Oh my God, what?" So I was like, "Oh, I might have to cut that." So but they were fine, I think. Dog is a menace. The dog is a menace. Is Holly getting training? She's trained. She qualified puppy school.
She's pretty good.
Yeah, she is pretty good. She's a typical golden, though. She's just complete dope.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Holly needs her own seat. She does.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling a bit further down and I was just laughing at some of the comments.
Okay. Look, someone else's dogs were listening to you when you were giving commands. Michelle's would. Right, I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Can you say if John Hack is planning to continue strongman after OSG, or is he back to powerlifting? Asked Jackson.
Do you know what? We haven't had this discussion. At the moment, I'm coaching him up to OSG, so we'll see how it goes. But it's been a pleasure working with him. The progress he's making is rapidly fast. Obviously, he's an excellent powerlifter, but the ability to progress week by week is phenomenal. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does at OSG. I think he's going to surprise people.
Scotty Lace, thank you for the super chat. Excuse me. Sounds like Luke has really put his foot in it, but we also need to hear his side of events too, based on today's post. Congrats on the body transformation list, by the way. I am a baddie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scotty. No, absolutely.
Well, none of us know how this is going to go play out or what's going to happen next. But hopefully people can be respectful on all sides. Where are we? Since Giant Live is the only realistic pathway to World's Strongest Man, I feel that once you podium and get your ticket, the athletes shouldn't be invited to make room for 3 more athletes. What's your thoughts? It's like, I think it's a fair take. I also understand that they want the big names to put bums on seats. So I think it's a bit of a balancing act from that respect.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to pay to see the top guys. So I think I understand them inviting like the big names like a Mitch or a Tom or whoever
Evan
it might
Singleton,
be.
yeah.
But we do like seeing new people as well.
Yeah. And if you go back, it wasn't that long ago. We did a bit of a Giants Live wrap up after the World Tour finals, looking at how many athletes competed in Giants Live this year compared to previous years. What was the variety in events? So if you like that sort of information, go and check that out afterwards. But definitely want to see more and more guys coming through that system, don't we?
Absolutely.
And obviously OSG is happening in just a couple of weeks. That's a really good opportunity for people to get in front of the guys that will be making those decisions. Sai, thank you for the super chat. Did you see the Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano fight?
We didn't. Like I said, we didn't stay up to watch the whole thing in the UK.
I just fast forwarded in the morning to the main event.
Yeah,
and then
but I heard that fight was really good, so I may watch it on. So I think we can watch it on Netflix anytime. Yeah. So when I get a bit more time, I might watch that because I was told it was really good.
Yeah.
Stipe against John Jones happened last night as well, and I wouldn't mind watching that at some point.
Travis, how is training John Hack been going?
Brilliant. Like John Hack is just been super easy to train. The progress, I think I just said this, didn't I? Yeah. He's looking phenomenal. Latest stone session was the best he's looked on stones. His log lifting is going really well. That was something that needed a bit of work at the start. Obviously, his deadlift's just phenomenal. He was a phenomenal deadlifter. Log, a little bit different to bench press, and certain things we've worked on are really changing. Yoke is starting to look good. He's looking good. I'm excited to see how he does.
Do Loz and Liz have a portrait of King Charles III hanging in their house? Are they pro-monarchy, anti-monarchy, or ambivalent? Ambivalent.
We don't have anything hanging.
Never.
Well, I've got a picture of...
I might have a stamp somewhere. But that's about as far as it would go. No.
Just
no.
Neither way, yeah.
The monarchy are what they are.
I kind of think, it's great. It brings a lot of tourism to the UK and stuff, but I'm not a big...
It's not something we really
care
about, to be honest. Cousin Fred with the members comment, no coffee, never in my lifetime.
I'm looking forward to having a coffee again.
Yeah.
It's, although, like, I do like challenging myself sometimes, doing these little weird challenges. Yeah. So it's all good.
What's happened to hip flip and Mama's comment? We will keep an eye out for it. Loz is looking for it now.
I wonder if we could hear your son then.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Cy Wilson with the members' comments. Sorry, I don't get to these often. Family and duty. I don't know. You're absolutely fine, Cy. It's nice to have you with us. Lala. Someone said, what a ridiculous question. But I don't know what the question was.
You drink coffee from the time I get up to the time I go to bed.
That's what I do. Yeah.
That's normally what I'm like.
Yeah. I don't have a coffee cut-off time.
Like you're having a coffee now.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee.
Liz keeps asking me to make her coffee. I'm like, how can you do that to me?
I've asked you a couple of times. Oh, while you're out there, could you make me a coffee, please? There we go. Yeah. Liz got your message. Tyson contract stated no uppercuts. Tyson best combo was body shot then uppercut. Without that at 58 and Tyson didn't stand a chance. Also, fight had to go all 8 rounds. I don't know anything about any of this. I was just like, Mike Tyson's coming out for retirement.
I think she's saying it was a bit more rigged than...
okay. I've seen a lot of comments on that online. I don't know. I don't really follow that sort of thing. Where are we? Don't do it, Liz. Fermented shark is the second most disgusting thing I have tried. What was the first?
What about that question?
How about Robert Oberst? Was he any good as strongman? Very provocative.
Was Robert Oberst any good as a strongman? I'm sure people want me to go. Actually, yes, he was. He was a very good strongman. He blocked me because I kind of made out that he wasn't the same level as like Eddie Hall or Brian Shaw and, the very, very top guys, which he wasn't. But Robert was a very good strongman. Certain events, particularly, he was very good log lifter, great grip. Weaknesses, things like squatting and deadlift. He was not a great squatter or deadlifter, but Robert Oberst was a perfectly high-level professional strongman.
Jiminy Crickets, thank you for the super chat. The house next door has a detached garage that has enough room to set up the Conan's wheel I'm building. Can you buy it and let me use the space? Oh dear.
Can we?
No.
Can we buy it?
Where does he live?
Question. He sent me pictures.
Oh, did he? Does it look nice?
It does.
There you go. Are you guys going to Donald Dinny Day 2025? Our daughter wants to know if she can play with Alexa and not watch Dad Lift Frogs. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that clashes with our family holiday next year. No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
It doesn't.
We might.
We might.
We haven't confirmed anything yet.
Yeah.
But we've been for the last few years.
Yeah.
We would like to go, but we can't commit just yet.
Yeah, just in case there's a clash. But also, the holiday is going to be expensive. And going to the Highlands as a whole family in the summer holidays is really bloody expensive, isn't it? Do you remember the cost of that hotel?
I remember.
was like, what?
Yes. I just had the American log lift record at one point. Not the world record, but he did genuinely have the American record. And I think Bobby Thompson broke it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, at Clash on the Coast when they had the log lift championships.
And then Rob Kearney broke it. And does Rob Kearney still have it? Or does Lucas Hatton have it?
Oh,
I don't
I'm
actually
not
know.
sure, actually. I don't think Lucas went for it.
No, I think you're right.
Because I think people say, no, he should have gone. I'm not sure. I know I get his name wrong, but I've been saying it wrong for so many years. I have to continue. Ron Chopped, he's become a member. Thank you very much. Nice to have you back. Where did you go?
Yes, I thought you were a member.
How rude. It's like when you thought someone was following you and then they suddenly follow you. If you come to Australia, I'll cook you some Polish food. We've had Polish food.
Polish food
it's
is
very
good.
Nice.
We like food. I love food.
I love food too.
Yeah.
I think Rebecca joining you is massive. Her form lets her down, and your help will help massively. Says Richard.
I think we can make some progress, definitely.
I think Rebecca's such a unique athlete on the female side, because if you look, the log will often be much smaller in the diameter for the women because the women are shorter. Rebecca's 6'4", so there's things to consider there, isn't there, that she struggles with. Yeah. Just
a little bit of technical work needed.
Yeah.
But, we will smash it. She works hard, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Amazing there isn't more mistakes in commentating because there's so much information to keep track of.
Yeah, it is very difficult at times. I know it sounds stupid because you're sat there talking, but especially the big events like Rogue, where there's a lot of production meetings, there's a lot of structure to how they want everything done.
Yeah.
So when you see us come on air, all this is kind of like questions Rogue want you to answer and stuff. And I actually, they wanted me to do something. I was like, well, it just doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah.
And we had a chat about things like that. And it's, we do get a say in what we want to do. And they agreed eventually. But at the end of the day, they're trying to put the best production out there. And I think they're doing an amazing job.
They are. I mean, I think the commentating is so complicated. Loz showed me his timesheet and he's like, so Kristen's going to talk about this for 10 seconds. Then I'll talk about this for 20 seconds. And I think, how can you count and talk at the same time? How do you know? Is there a stopwatch? Oh, I'd freak out.
Actually, some events are much easier because some events they'll just be a live stream. They'll be like, okay, there's a mic and you just talk. But the big production events, there's a lot more structure to it, and that's where it gets a bit more tricky.
Haha, Liz is just abusive with her friends. You know what? If I give
and her husband.
No, but if I give you a bit of shit,
it means she likes you.
Yeah, it does mean I like you. It's a really good sign. It's nice. This is how we are. Rocking the salt in the stash and beard, Loz. Oh yeah, you're a bit grey, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought there was actual salt. I wouldn't be surprised if Loz. I was like, Christ's sake,
salt.
Dust yourself off.
Dandruff.
Yeah, that was funny. If you haven't seen it, you got to do the suspects challenge that Mitch and Loz filmed earlier this week. Hip flipping Mama Kelly. Tyson's contract stated must last 8 rounds, no uppercut. Thank you for super chatting it again, Kelly. We got to you. No idea, no. Someone's found a boyfriend for Holly. She's not allowed a boyfriend. She's too young. Do you side with Thor in the Giants Live Thor beef? We respect Thor's decision not to compete there. Well, I do.
Yeah, no. I wish he would compete, because I'd love to see Thor
For
do
selfish reasons.
Well, I just think it'd be so cool.
Yeah.
And I also think for him personally, if he did it, it's like an FU to anyone that's questioned him.
Mm.
But I totally respect him as well. Obviously, I mean, I work at Giants Live shows. I love the Giants Live shows and the Giants Live team. Unfortunately, things were said, and this is such an unfortunate part of life, not just strongman. And this is what I hate, when things are directed, like if something happens and strongman shit. It's not strongman. It's life in general. People make mistakes. People
do bad things.
They blame each other. All of us do. All of us have made mistakes. And you know, my goal in terms of strongman, I just want to help promote strongman. So I've seen comments this week saying, Loz should apologize to such and such for saying this when he's on a live stream or commentating. All I want to do is get the sport bigger and better. I can't control. Someone sent me a video of someone else saying stuff about me. And, you know, these other people are just trying to bounce on anything negative that comes into the sport. Whereas we're here week in, week out. For those of you that are genuinely, you know, strongman fans, you see we're here all the time. This isn't us doing it as a one-off to jump on a scandalous story or something like that. Every single week we're here pushing strongman, and that's what we love to do. So, you know, people can say what they want. I've been in this sport for many, many years now. I've competed from the very bottom to the very top. I've coached from the bottom to the top. I've done a lot to give back to the sport. I've sponsored athletes. I've sponsored events. I've done more for this sport than many of these guys that are giving me shit, saying, oh yeah, he should be, you know, throwing people under the bus and saying this or that. It's people can act how they want, and you guys can take your, you know, you've got to go on how people treat you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We have our own opinions of things, absolutely. And you guys are entitled to your own opinions as well. But when people say, you know, when people I see just come into the sport and they're just trying to jump on little things and be really negative about everything, or just try and make a quick buck out of the sport and stuff like that. So remember, I've done this sport for almost 25 years now. I've been involved from every single level, and I've given a lot of stuff back to the sport as well. So these people can say what they want. I'm going to let it roll over.
These people can F off.
Yeah.
There you go. Mats, thank you for the super chat. Do you know if Luke and Kush are okay? Obviously, he brought it on himself, but I saw on Instagram someone said we don't want Luke hanging from his squat rack. Yeah, like comments like that aren't nice. Obviously, we don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. Haven't spoken to Luke. Have spoken to Cushy. No, she's not okay.
In a good way.
No, of course she's not okay. She's not okay at all. But hopefully, with time, she will be. Yeah. So that's all we can hope for. Andrew, I think Loz and Liz should start offering strongman PR services. They've handled a very awkward situation very, very well so far. Well done.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
I do try and be Mitch Hooper's PR rep.
It's not easy.
No, well, he just doesn't listen. He's like, don't try and PR me, Liz. And I'm like, no, you need it. But never mind. Did you find the CrossFit at Rogue entertaining? Did you see any?
I did see a bit of it. I saw more actually last year, and I used to watch a lot more CrossFit than I watch now. I actually think CrossFit's awesome. I think the athletes are fantastic, all incredible. You know, just what they can do is unbelievable. But I'm a big sports fan anyway. I always admire anyone that's put a lot of work into something and is exceptionally good at what they do, because I understand how hard it is to be really good at something. Yeah. But yeah, the CrossFit athletes are phenomenal. They're
insane as well. We were in the warm-up room the day before the competition started, and they're doing like a full training session in there. I'm like, they're competing all weekend.
They're incredible. Yeah, they really are.
They are. Someone said, have you guys ever done any martial arts training ever? If not, would you consider it now?
I used to be British champion at Kung Fu as a child. Yeah. I did it from the age of 3 to like 14. And I was pretty good.
Shane Flowers, very demure. Thank you, Shane. I do my best. He was like, I'm going to tune into your car wreck of a life this weekend. Shane doesn't have one to get on well with.
Shane's looking sharp. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does next week.
Yeah, he looks like he's taking everything very seriously.
Very serious
Shane.
right now.
I hope you haven't lost your sense of humour, or we can't be friends anymore. I'll have to get him on a reel, loosen him up a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
Andrew, thank you for the super chat. minimum strength numbers to qualify for OSG?
Varies because every class is different. So I really can't sit here and state that. But I would say this personally, I think if you're going to go to OSG, go as a good athlete. Don't, unless you're very local to where it is, it's a very expensive trip. It's expensive to enter, and you're going to be up against some of the best in the world. So my competitiveness, I don't want to just turn up there and just be last. No. You know, just because I'm strong enough to get a rep on everything. You know, I coach Jack Osborne, as a lot of you know, and this is the first year he's going. He's been strong enough to go for the last few years, but he wouldn't have been competitive. Whereas this year he's got a real shot at being competitive. And, you know, from the UK to the States, it's expensive, the whole trip, time away, the entry is expensive. So this is the first year it's really been worth him doing. Yeah. And he's a 200+ kilo log lifter, a 380 deadlifter. You know, he lifts big numbers. So OSG is not like, in my opinion, these high level comps, just because you're strong enough to get a rep, I don't necessarily think they're the right shows to be doing. No. I know some people just want the chance to say they competed against Mark Felix or whoever might be competing in their class, but you're going to be up against the very best in the world. So I think there's sometimes better options to look at in terms of competitions.
Definitely. In how many weeks is the Magnus Ver Magnusson? It is this coming week. So it's the 22nd, which is Friday, until the 24th on Sunday. 3 days, 15 athletes, 9 events. And it could be streamed on Official Strongman this year.
First time ever.
Maybe Monica can answer this, because I'm sure Magnus said it will be uploaded to their YouTube channel or website at a later date. I don't know if Monica is still here, if she could confirm that and give us an idea of when that's likely to happen. Would be nice. Help me. Vebjorn
Sandvik.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Loz, how is your grip strength compared to your peak strongman era? How easy or hard is it to have insane grip strength at your age relative to other strength training? This is a perfect time to pop to the loo.
I would say, out of in terms of my peak level strength, everything has dropped other than my grip. I think I could still compete at the top level of strongman and most, things in terms of grip strength. My grip, just from my arm wrestling training, I'm still training my grip hard, and it doesn't require me to be lifting massive weights throughout my whole body. So where my squat and deadlift have gone down just through knee issues, and my shoulder issues have affected pressing movements, my grip hasn't really been affected. So I can still train grip pretty hard. And in some areas, I say my grip's even better now through specific arm wrestling training. So my finger strength is stronger. Whereas strongman, the ability to just hold a bar. So a bar in here and lock in. I think, strongmen and powerlifters are going to be very good in that type of strength. So like a supporting type grip strength. But there's other types of grip strength that maybe have got stronger for me in terms of like my fingertips are stronger. That's helped with hook grip. So like on a hook grip, I'm really strong. And yeah, my grip is no weaker now than it was when I was competing. People talking about Ober still, pushing Z, and saying Bobby has the record. Bobby beat it. Rob Kearney then had it. Bobby broke it. Rob congratulated Bobby.
Oh, what are you doing?
I was just reading. I think we're right then with Rob still has the record.
Okay, cool.
Rob Kearney.
Yes.
Yeah.
Click on Toby's comment.
Toby, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you very much for the super chat. Seen Terry got some grip tools recently. Would you do a grip comp, Loz? Would be interested to see what you get on some of the kit. Yeah,
absolutely. I'd love to do a grip comp. It's something I've always enjoyed, grip shows and grip comps. I actually did a grip comp many, many years ago with Dave Horn up at his shed. And I would have won the comp if I knew how to do it was like mimicking a bar bending, like nail bending type movement. But no one showed me how to do it till afterwards. And afterwards, I got good at it. Once I knew how to lock my elbow in and kind of apply the power directly. But I'd love to do a grip comp at some point. Someone said, great commentary at Rogue. Thank you very much, Jonathan.
He also said everyone else was rubbish.
Well, I don't think they were.
No. Ben, thank you for the super chat. Would love to see Loz versus Samuelson.
I would love to do a video training with Samuelson. I would not want to compete against. He'd kick my ass. I know my level. I'm on the way up and I'm improving and I'm very proud of, the progress I'm making. But Magnus Samuelsson was a great arm wrestler. And, you know, if you watch the top arm wrestlers talk about Brian's potential opponents, they talk about Samuelsson being someone for him in the future. Like right now, Samuelsson, Lalas, those kind of guys are too good for the likes of me and Brian. I know it's hard for people to gather that because you think, oh, Brian's like super strong.
Yeah.
And Samuelsson must be closing in on 60. But arm wrestling is so different to just gym strength. And, you know, even tonight I was down the club with Tom Holland, who is one of the very best guys in the country, not just heavyweights, but like everyone. And he competes at under 90 kilos.
Yeah.
He can beat so many people.
He's so tall for an under 90
He's very tall. He's tall and skinny.
Well. Yeah.
But my God, he's powerful.
He's
and
like
we were working on something where it's less about power and more about leverage and technique.
Yeah.
And I was like realizing the better I got at this, the less power I had to use. But you could use the kind of body in the right way, and suddenly things start to get easier and easier.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've developed over the last couple of years doing arm wrestling. Because at first you're like brute power, and then you're burnt out within 3 seconds, and you're slow and clumsy. Whereas the more connected you get through your body, you start applying more force, and you know it's amazing how much it makes a difference. But it takes time to develop that. You don't just get it straight away.
Jiminy Crickets, yeah, Bobby took the log record from Robert Clash.
Yes, he did.
Yes, and Rob actually refereed it.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the video of him coming up and giving Bobby a hug after.
Yeah.
Anthony, thank you for the super chat. So I came in second place at Maryland's Strongest Man Heavyweight 50 plus yesterday. Saw today one axle deadlift with 11 reps at 485 pounds.
Absolutely brilliant,
awesome.
buddy. Well done. I'm sure you are sore. Love that feeling after a comp where you're battered.
I wasn't battered after mine.
Do you know, after my arm wrestling, I wasn't either.
No.
I'm always more sore after training. But,
yeah. That just goes to show how rough the training is with Loz. I think this is quite a good question from Peter, so I'm going to put it up. Hi, Liz and Loz. Can training and competing in strongman contribute to relationship suffering? Several of the athletes have spoken openly about mental health sacrifices and the toll it can take on families.
100%. We've spoken about this before. Me competing has put a strain on our relationship before at times. Not like all the time, but when you're focused on a big show, athletes do become very selfish. It's difficult at times, and unless your partner understands that and is very supportive and okay with it as well. You know, I did strongman before me and Liz met, so if she
I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, if she came to me and was like, oh, I don't want you training, stuff like that, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
You know, so you have to have an understanding partner to do this sport. It's very, very difficult, and not just this sport. I should imagine for any sport that, you know, consumes your life. But yeah, it can do. And like I've openly said, I've had, you know, issues in terms of, you know, I've had to go to counselling before. I think I'm a better person retired from strongman. I'm a more selfish person when I was competing in strongman. Would you say? Yeah, definitely. I don't think I was like a terrible person, but
no,
I was a lot more selfish when I was competing.
Yeah, you were lazier as well.
I was lazier as well, yeah.
Much lazier. Yeah, you work so much harder now on everything that you do than you ever did.
I mean, I'd say our relationship at the moment is probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
But we've had to work at it as well. There's always been times where it wasn't so good and stuff. But I think everyone's relationship go through.
Yeah, especially when you're with someone for a long time, you go through a lot together. You have kids. That. You know.
One thing that's been important for us is just communicating, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, making sure we both.
You're better at that than I am.
Liz likes to beat things down.
What?
So hide them in a box.
Let me hide my.
Smash them over my head with them when it all erupts.
What? You make me sound like a psycho.
I'm joking with you.
I am so laid back. It's unreal.
You are very laid back. And Liz was good for me in terms of strongman because she did allow me to focus on what I needed to do and was not sort of a stress.
Never put any sort of pressure.
You didn't put any like financial stress or pressure on me. I've been in relationships before where I did feel that pressure. Yeah, it was like, oh, if you don't win this competition, we can't afford to do such and such.
Yeah, that's
like, oh God, if I don't do well this comp, you know,
I'm going to be in trouble at home. Yeah. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah,
I've seen other athletes in that situation as well. It's not a nice position to be in.
Yeah. Catherine, any idea why Inez isn't competing at OSG this year? Honestly, talking to a lot of the women, it's a cost issue. Yeah, like you have to win to kind of pay for the trip. it's just very expensive for a lot of people to do. And with Rogue given opportunities like they have this year, last place is more than they'd win first place prize money, isn't it? So there's, it's
I think only one or two of the athletes that did Rogue are going to be at OSG.
Rebecca's going. Anyone else?
I think that's it. I think Donna was down to do it, but I don't think she's going.
Okay, no, because she
She's
was sort of suffering.
Battered,
Rogue. Who are the big names in the OSG men's opens this year? There's so many.
There's a lot.
Honestly, Malcolm. So you've got Jack and Reno, as you said. Spencer Remix coming back to do it. He's won this previously.
Josh Spurgeon.
I can't say his name. Josh Spurgeon, Nick Gardione, Andrew Burton, the Rayon brothers, or at least one of them. I don't know which.
Just trying.
Help. Loz will get the list up. There we go. Thank you. One of these days, I hope to compete against Auntie Liz. In what? Thumb war? Loz is getting it up. What's Monica saying? Excited when I'm on a plane on Tuesday. Currently getting things done for the subtitle. All right, so she's talking to someone else. Okay, Loz is going to call out who he considers to be the big names.
Oscar Zilkowski's doing it.
Oscar's doing it.
Coco, Sean Stephen Corribuff. Frederick Graham from Canada. Jack Osborne. Joey Lavely, who did it last year from Canada. He was top 5, wasn't he? Something like that. He was in the top 10. I know that. Andrew Burton, Nick Gardione, Ryan Bennett from England. He's in great shape. Rain O'Neill is just smashing things right now. Tyler Obringer, I've seen him before. He's very good. Tim Buck. There's just so many.
Second at Americas, wasn't he?
Yeah.
James Jaffers, he's really good.
There's loads.
There is loads, yeah.
Loads and loads of good guys in the
and they're probably not all even going to make top 10 realistically, because there's always someone, isn't there?
Of course. Only 10 guys can be in the top 10.
Exactly. We probably read out 15 names. Lucas Hatton has the log record. Does he? I genuinely don't know.
I don't know. It's either Lucas or maybe Bobby, but I don't focus that much on records.
No.
Certainly,
especially not national records is a bit harder for us to follow.
They change quite often.
Kayleen Ross, thank you for the super chat. Was hoping to catch you two at Rogue. Was a great weekend. So different to Giants. Also great. Do you guys and competitors prefer day events or weekend events? I love the weekend events personally. I do, because I feel like we can pace ourselves.
As a fan and a commentator, yes, the longer events are always great. But as a competitor, personally, I prefer the one-day shows, just because I was better at getting myself focused, going out there, smashing all the events, and then kind of going home. I find it harder to sort of bring myself back up day after day. But that two different points of view there: competitor, one day, fan and promoter,
love the weekends.
I like the weekends.
It's just more time. And sorry if because we did try and meet as many people as possible, didn't we? We hung out at the vendor village on the Sunday. Rob with the members comment. Thank you, Rob. Finally made a stream since moving to, or is that an Australian or a New Zealand
Australia.
flag? Okay, there you go. It's too small for me to see. Hi, all.
Hope you're doing well, buddy. It's good to hear from you. Well. So you were back in the gym the other day as well, so that was good to see.
I was hoping Rongo would join this live stream in advance of next weekend. I was talking to Rongo, when was it? Late last night, actually. I love Rongo so much. I haven't
seen him for a while.
I haven't seen him since he came to Giants Live, and he was sick. So I haven't seen him properly since Australia, which bizarrely was the first time I ever met him.
But we had a good time.
Yeah, and we'd spoken loads before Australia, and when I met him, it's like I'd known him forever. He is my male New Zealander spirit animal. He is, but he more, more everything. I love him so much. He's great fun. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Jiminy Crickets, thank you for the super chat. Liz, I live 1 hour from Charleston. Oh, I've been there. 1 hour and 30 minutes from Columbus, Ohio. 1 hour 45 minutes from Cincinnati, Ohio. Is that, 1 hour from Lexington. What's Kentucky? Kentucky, yeah. 4 hours from Knoxville, Tennessee. And you could live next door to me.
I showed you the house. It's nice.
Did you show it to me? Oh, okay.
Do you not remember?
Was that what you sent me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you not look at it?
Briefly, I was like, he's sending me houses again. He sends me a lot of houses. He's like, let's live here, let's live here. But they're like mansions in Texas usually. Oh, bless you.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you for the super chat. Still have no clue what Reno looks like. I saw a picture of him for the first time the other day. It was
Probably
by the
not what
Strongman
people
Champions
think.
League. No, he's got a moustache.
He's not your typical strongman.
No,
Look.
he's not.
Don't know if people can see this. There's Reno.
There you go.
Hot, being the champ that he is. This guy is good. I'm excited to see more of him.
Where are we at? Oh, right, here we go. Student drinks. I nearly competed at the Strongman comp you did, but decided not to due to some health issues at the time. Should have come over for a thumb war instead. Something I can actually win. El Prescat, thank you for the super chat. Your opinion, what show is harder, Fortissimus or Shaw?
I've never competed in either. So. Fortissimus was a very, very tough show. Lots of events. Both hard in different ways. You know, Fortissimus was very, very difficult, I think.
Yeah.
Shaw was the first time I've seen Mitch
really struggle.
Really tired.
Yeah.
So they're both hard in different ways, perhaps.
Apparently Lucas took the record a couple of months back in Canada. It doesn't surprise me at all. Where are we?
Is there any news on the coaching channel? Excuse me. It's actually up now, isn't it?
The coaching
channel is up. So you can go and become a member, or you can subscribe.
Yeah. There's no public videos yet. So what's happening right now is on the coaching app, every single exercise is going to link back to a video on that site, and they're all currently set to unlisted. So we've been building that library.
Just building the library up.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, the goal is to get it all launched before Christmas. That is the goal with the channel and the app.
It's a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah. Rongo is a true character. Rongo is great fun. Loz, can Auntie Liz take her total to 550 with 6 months of powerlifting specific training?
Easy. 600.
Are we talking pounds?
Kilos.
This person, Mohammed Liz Shahlaei Doula. It's like me if I was living in the Middle East.
I think not just 550. That's too easy for you. Like 1,050.
Bloody profile picture is me squatting. So weird. Oh, Lord. Let's move on. Thank you for the super chat. Close to Sacramento, do you know how to buy tickets? There'll be, so if you sign up on the World's Strongest Man for their newsletter and to get all of the information, then as soon as they go live, you'll get an email telling you how to purchase tickets. But yeah, you'll be able to do it through their website. They've actually announced dates and location very early for World's Strongest Man. So that's a good sign. Hopefully they'll continue, because I think this year, the sort of hype for World's Strongest Man was probably the lowest I've ever seen it, actually.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Laz?
So, message from the arm wrestling group.
Oh, okay. Honestly, priorities. Come on, we're live. Rasmus, thank you for the super chat. Hey, guys. Am I a fool thinking that 2025 is going to be a super interesting year? Tom, Thor, Matesh, all chasing Mitch, pushing him to new heights. Lucas, Thomas, and Evan chasing them. Will I get disappointed?
I hope not.
No,
I'm excited. Not. I think there's going to be a lot of, interesting comps.
Yeah.
The guys have seen what Mitch has done. They will be motivated to close that gap. There's athletes that are coming back from injuries.
Yeah.
There's new athletes coming through.
Yeah.
It can, things change. And I've seen this so many times throughout the years. Things change all the time and can change very quickly. So there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to for sure.
Ben, guys, could you ever see Giants Live come into the likes of Northern Ireland? With costs, it's harder to travel. Love the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no reason why not. As long as, they can get fans there, and there's the interest in the sport, then absolutely. Yeah, I think the biggest concern would obviously be getting bums on seats in locations, but don't see why not. Someone said,
Loz and Liz, you belong to the UK. Don't go and move to the US.
Look at the comment below.
Reno looks like Hooper and Haynes had a love child. Yeah, he does look like a strange mix between Paddy and Mitch. There's going to be an app. There is, Nick. There's going to be an app. It's going to be something that's cheaper, more
something
accessible.
just so it's more accessible for anyone that wants. And there's going to be just general people that want to just get in better shape. Focus on there. There's going to be powerlifting focus and strongman focus. So there's going to be those three things. I'm not a bodybuilding coach. You know, if you want to go to someone like that, then if you want to do something like that, it won't be for you. But if you just want to get in shape, like Auntie Liz's stuff will be on there. And if you just want to get a bit stronger, it's going to be perfect. And if you want some good structure to your training that doesn't break the bank, then it's going to be a good option to look at.
My favorite nickname is when Neil calls you Lizzie Lozzy.
It's amazing.
It's so
just does it all the time now as well, doesn't it?
That's my name now.
I'm
Hello, Lizzie Lozzy.
Uncle Loz or Loz, and you're Lizzie Lozzy.
Yeah. How much of World's Strongest Man's slow pace of modernization due to TV rules versus it being organized by a small group of individuals who didn't want to delegate or dilute their power? So why is it like the modernization of World's Strongest Man so slow? Is it because of TV rules? I think it's because of contracts mainly. Yeah, I do.
Everything is slow to happen because they're such big companies, and you know they often book things 5 years in advance.
Yeah,
so they've got contracts that go up to a certain point, and then things start to trickle in and change.
Yeah, and it's the directors who have the power, but surely directors are people that are quite forward thinking. You would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We don't get that deep into it, to be honest. Where are we? Giant Size Australia. So I can go to a Giant Size. They had it before, didn't they? Loz can't work technology, but will have his own app.
Yes, and that's because I'm not building the app myself.
Yeah. Right, it's been 1 hour.
I'm doing the filming for the videos and stuff like that, and the programs and stuff. Well, I'm in the videos.
You're in them. Yeah, I star in the videos.
Yeah, I'm useless. I admit it. I know my strengths and my weaknesses.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, guys. We're going to try and be live from Iceland next Sunday. Roughly the same, maybe not. We might have to wait till we're back in the UK. Yeah, possibly. But if we can, then we will.
But we'll certainly have behind the scenes stuff. We'll have videos while we're out there, members videos. So there'll be lots to look forward to. Yeah, lots of content coming this week. So we hope you have a great week. Don't forget to tune in to the Magnus Ver Magnuson Classic. It'll be on Official Strongman. If you buy a 1 month, like you have to subscribe, but you can cancel straight away. You will have the full month, which means you can see everything uploaded already, and you'll be able to catch OSG in a couple of weeks. Absolutely. You guys take care. We'll catch you next week.
You keep smiling and waving. Keep